I wish I could just do a video of like all the things that you don't see. Okay, stop licking my knee, please. Thank you. That Elfie is doing while I'm shooting. I know we're all sweaty these days, but Jesus, no, no. Darling. I feel like that might be more interesting. Elfie! Just like that. Okay. Okay, but you can't just breathe all over my video. Hello, Cinnamon Bun. Finally, I'm doing a bullet journal video. So this was originally going to be one huge video, but I decided to split it into two. So in this one, I'm going to be telling you what a bullet journal is, if you don't already know, and why I'm a total convert to it, like why I'm still using it. So in the next video, I will show you my actual bullet journal, this guy, and flip through it and show you my personal system. So the question of the day, what is a bullet journal? What the fuck is it? The short version is it's a DIY planner that you can create in any notebook, and it's basically a combination of a calendar and a to-do list. So because you create it yourself, obviously, it's totally versatile. It can be whatever you need it to be. So this means that you get super crazy, artistic, organized ones that are packed full of things, and you get really messy or kind of sparse ones as well. And the great thing is that as long as it helps somebody, these are all great. So a lot of the kind of videos that people tend to see first about bullet journals tend to be the really crazy popular ones by people that A, are already artistic before they pick up a bullet journal, they're already good with a pen and paper, and B, have been probably using the system for a long time, so they've built up this system that looks really complicated and probably a bit intimidating to anyone who hasn't even touched a bullet journal. So the bullet journal system was created by a guy called Rachael, and his video is super short and to the point, and still the best bullet journal video there is. You should definitely go and watch it if you haven't seen it. You can go ahead and do that right now. Go on, I'll wait. Well, I won't, no, you should pause it. I'm not just gonna wait here for the whole, just pause it, it's fine. Okay, you back? Good stuff. If you didn't go and watch that video, I'm sorry for just making you wait for no reason. So I've been using a bullet journal for about 4 months now, and here's why I'm still using it. This is what it has done for me. The first reason is the simplest of all. I'm a busy fucking lady, and I need something to stop me from getting overwhelmed and to stay on track with things, stay organised, and to keep my productivity up. That's what a bullet journal is. If you watch my writing videos, you'll know that I'm a huge proponent of getting things out of your big, messy, overwhelmed head and onto paper or something else similar. I just think it's really good for your mental health and stuff. So it's the same for a bullet journal. It's like brainstorming, but for your life instead of a novel. In the past, I have tried pretty much everything. I've tried digital calendars, digital to-do apps. So I used this kind of like Filofax style, like ring binder planner for a while. And none of these systems ever quite just fit and did it for me and did everything I needed to do. And the bullet journal system does that. And look, I have the worst brain for time ever. Like, I always tell people this, but like unless I'm physically looking at a calendar, I have no concept of what day it is, or what the date is, or even the month, or what I did yesterday, what I'm doing tomorrow. I have no idea. It all goes out of my brain as soon as I stop looking at it. But with bullet journaling, the act of setting up a new month actually helps me internalize the idea that, hey, it's actually a new month, Rachel. It's not January anymore. It's not always January, okay? That feeling of actually being able to break time into manageable chunks is really important to me. I've never had that before. I've always just felt like I was falling through some kind of time-space abyss. And now I feel like I understand how long a month is and what I can accomplish in that. So that's nice. And again, because you set up your new month every month, you get to change your system every month, which is really awesome because it means that you can look at everything that didn't really work or that you didn't really use and get rid of it, and you can incorporate things that actually you're like, oh shit, I didn't really have a space for that last month. It means you can improve your system every month, which is awesome, and it means that you're gonna eventually end up with this really lean system that is really efficient and only has the things that you actually need and doesn't have a lot of wasted space or wasted paper and stuff. So like the longer you bullet journal, the more perfectly tailored towards you it's going to become. So I want to talk a little bit about the idea that a bullet journal is too much work and that you're making work for yourself by creating the spreads and pages and things instead of just like buying a wall calendar or buying a planner or using like a digital app. So I think a lot of people are really reluctant to start bullet journaling because they see it as a lot of work, and I myself was like, it just seems a bit redundant. Why would I draw out the days and stuff when I could just use one that's already like got that and I could save time? But actually, now that I've been doing it for a while, I think it's only as much work as you make it. And if you want it to be an artistic outlet as well, you can definitely do really fancy spreads, cover them in illustrations, go nuts, but also at the same time, Ryder Carroll's video, if you watched it back there, like, he takes almost no time at all to set his up. It's just a couple of lines with a ruler, without a ruler. If you don't give a shit about rulers, that's fine. It really doesn't take that long to set up if you just want to be quick about it. But after doing it for a while, I think the act of setting it up is actually a strength and not a hindrance of the bullet journal system. I've been trying to do more things analog recently, in the vein of Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon, which I'm sure you guys are sick of me mentioning it and recommending it, but I really did like it. And he recommends doing more things analog these days, since the tactile sensations of it can help make it feel more real and just gets different things out of your brain than when you use a computer, which, I mean, I live a computer, so I'm for that. But yeah, the analog act of actually setting up my pages helps me feel like I understand the shape of like my week or my month or even my whole year in a way that I just couldn't get before. And the last reason that I love bullet journaling is trackers. So trackers are a really popular addition to your bullet journal, and they're not part of the original system, but lots and lots of people use them. The thing I love about trackers is that they're actually perfect mental health tools, and a lot of them are a really good way to incorporate like actually prescribed mental health tools into your daily routine. So I've done a bit of cognitive behavioural therapy, or CBT, in my day. So the CBT that I did was about dealing with depression and anxiety, because those things are kind of similar in a lot of ways, structurally, and in the ways that we tend to fall into them. And they give you like tools like these. So we've got like thought records and like mood trackers and all sorts of stuff. It's like super like kind of gross looking recycled paper, because in the CBT model, the only way to start to understand your mental health, your mood, your activities, your thoughts is to first know what they are. And to do that, you have to track them for a certain period of time. So when I got that stuff, my first thought was, well, how the fuck am I incorporating that into my daily life? Like, am I carrying a bunch of sheets of paper around? That seems really impractical. Also not very private if you need to ever fill one out like outside of your house. So some of these you need to update every day, some even every hour, and there's ones where it's just whenever you start to feel particularly low or anxious and you're not sure why, then you stop and do one of these sheets. So really you need to kind of have them on the go with you, and I didn't really have a solution for that. Bullet journals are a perfect solution for that. So you can incorporate them straight into your bullet journal, and that's going to be the kind of thing that you're going to carry around with you everywhere anyway, so it's always going to be there whenever you need to update and things. Bullet journaling is great for mental health tools like that, and of course you can even simplify them as well. If there's parts that you find you're just putting the same thing down every time and you don't really need to keep using that part of it, you can just get rid of it. And the last thing I want to say is, look, I am a super organized person. I like to organize, but that's not why I do it. I do it because it's for my mental health, it's for my productivity, it's so that I don't get super overwhelmed by everything all the time, and so that I can keep track of what I'm doing. It's so that I can live my fucking life and get shit done, basically. But you might not be that kind of person. You might be the kind of person that doesn't really like things being really structured like that. You don't like to plan everything out in advance. That maybe makes it feel boring and makes you feel penned in. Maybe you like to just take things as it comes. That's fine. I still think there's a version of the bullet journal which could be really useful for you. You might not just use it as often as someone else who likes really structured things, but I think there's definitely a kind of sparse, more stripped down version that would fit you as well. So if you're one of those kind of people, I wouldn't just immediately rule bullet journaling out. Not everyone has the ability or desire to do this kind of stuff on pen and paper, but if you do, and if you are reverse those, then I think the bullet journal system is really extremely versatile tool for most people. Okay, so that's today's video. If you're gonna start a bullet journal because of this video, let me know in the comments, because I like hearing about that. I also like when people send me pictures of things that they've done on paper. That's cool too. As always, I'm Rachael Stephen, novelist, YouTuber, Woolen Talbich. And if you're new, then it might be nice for both of us if you subscribed. If you didn't like this video, then probably don't, because then it won't be nice for both of us, but still might be nice, okay? And if you don't want to miss out when I have a new book or something else cool for you, you can go and subscribe to my email list by clicking that thing over there. There's going to be something there. Definitely subscribe if you want to see my next video, which is going to be my bullet journal flip through, and that'll be up soonish, hopefully. And I promise I only email you when there's something actually important to update you about, because I hate inbox spam as much as you. I've currently got 90 things in my email inbox, and it's not pretty. Bye! There, what if I put her in the kitchen? She's just gonna, like, kick down the door and come back in here with her dentist stick and just, like, slaver all over us. So, feel real. Make it more feel real. God, I'm good today. He proponents. You finished already? Are you fucking kidding? You just wolfed that down, and now you're back to ruin my life. It sounded a bit pissy on the end of that. That was the most times I've said month in a sentence ever. FML. You brought me my pants? How dare you? We can't have pants in the video. I can't seem to get my chair to be okay. Let's play the eternal game. Does Alfie really want to be up here? Or does she just want to annoy me? You just breathe as loudly as you like. Oh, put your little tongue away. Oh, sorry, just sorting my shirts out. Bloop, 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 bloop. Why are you making that face at me?